Hello, my name is Nicholas Hetler. I'm the CTO of CDA, and today I have the pleasure to walk you through a presentation and introduce a technology to you which we call backside printing, which is an alternative for ITO. But let me first show you what I walk you through. So, of course, I will talk very briefly about CDA. I will talk about processes that we have installed. I will talk about polymer optics because this is what we do. I will talk about materials, and then last but not least, of course, about the technology of backside printing. CDA, who we are? We are a contract manufacturer. We are a typical mid-sized German company founded in 1994 with a revenue in 2019 of 62 million euros and 202 employees. We are based in Thuringia, in the state of Thuringia, in Seoul, and we have sales offices in Shanghai, in China, and in Singapore. What we do? We are contract manufacturing of polymer micro-optics, and we offer here the full process chain, from optic design over prototyping up to serial and mass manufacturing. We have some main markets that we serve, which are consumer electronics, automotive, and industrial. And on the right-hand side of this slide, you also see main applications we are working with. We are now for 25 years in the market, and we have gained a lot of experience, and we gain each day more experience. But we know what it means to have a cost-effective, individualized mass manufacturing with small lot sizes, but also with really large lot sizes. We know what it means to produce complex microstructures in plastics. And we know what it means to bring together different technologies to a technology chain that ensures you get the right product in the right quality, at the right quantity, and for the right pricing. If we look at our processes, as a contract manufacturer, we always deal with the intellectual property of our clients, and therefore we try to have all our processes in-house. This is for mastering or the tooling. We have different replication processes. We have coatings and printings in-house. We do stacking of wafers. We do with different technologies the singulation of the optical elements later on. We have, of course, several methods for pick and place. We do in smaller scale also module assembly, bringing light sources together with the optics and housings, and we do ongoing reliability tests. Everything is done in clean room of different class, and we have an installed capacity of approximately 150 million pieces a year. The volume production CDA started for micro-optics in 2008, and since then we have delivered several hundred million parts to the various industries. Of course, serving these industries, we understand what it means, and of course also all the standards are in place. But let me talk now very briefly about customized wafer level optics. I mentioned before, we manufacture and design diffractive optics, refractive optics, and also holographic optics. What I have here is an overview what functions we design and manufacture later on for the diffractive wafer level optics. It can be beam splitting, it can be beam steering, deflection, but also collimation. The technologies that we have in place allow us that we can combine these functions because we can stack them together, or sometimes we can even bring collimation function into beam splitting in the design already. And perhaps also of importance is that these functions can be in transmissive, but also in reflective mode. If we talk about materials is also quite of importance for CDA and the knowledge about materials. We do have some standard materials, which, for example, are polycarbonate, but also COC or COP or reflow-stable acrylic resins. But of course, we are testing also all other new materials that have different performance and allow different performance. For example, high or low refractive index materials. And you can trust in us that we have continuous material testing and evaluation programs ongoing. And also quite of importance is that hybrid combinations between acrylic resins and other base layer materials are possible. But let me now come to the backside printing. All of you know ITO is quite frequently used technology, especially in consumer electronics, because with ITO, it enables you to detect cracks in optics or even missing optics, and so to prevent that the light source is working when no optics is in. So it's an eye safety issue. But the ITO also has some disadvantages. The yield is relatively low if you work with third party. It has influence on the transmission. The cost effectiveness is, well, let's say medium. And there's a tendency for chipping, especially when you work with glass wafers. So we have found another way how to bring the same functionality to the parts without using ITO. And this is very simple. I told you before, CDA can print. And what you see here, this white line on this DOE is a printed circuit. These circuits can be printed from silver-based inks or carbon-based inks. And of course, when we do this on large scale, there's a 100% performance check of the circuit performance after the printing. So, of course, we did also here ongoing reliability checks. So we had a test, the typical 85-85 test, means 85 degrees Celsius and 85% humidity for 10 days in the climate chamber. And we measured resistivity before and after, there's no change. We measured the surface structure before and after, and we found no change. In general, if you compare the images, there's no change at all, and this is also the result from us. So, and here I have also some information about the different feature sizes that are possible. So depending on the ink, the line width, the minimal line width is between 16 and 150 microns. The line height is usually in the range of 0.5 microns. And if you use designs that are using multiple lines, then the distance between the lines should be 100 micron. Therefore, for a lot of applications, we have found a way how to replace ITO cost effectively and without a bad influence on transmission, and also with a very high yield. So if you want to, and we have, of course, several 10,000 to 100,000 pieces out in the market. So if you want to know more about this, please contact us. You can contact us, what I show you here, either to myself or to the company CDA. I'm happy to answer further questions here. And if you have a project, please let us know. And we're more than happy to talk. We have also here a booth. Visit please our virtual booth. Pierre Harju will gladly answer your questions. Thank you very much and have a great show.